Okay, now let's read some newspaper, see what we can find. Because something will be interesting in this. Okay, what's in this today? You haven't noticed? This is what has came out. Well, you can't read that. That says The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Yep. Okay, guys. So this is a new series called My Nostalgia. Yeah, I just wanted to say that. Yeah, and this is we're gonna react to and give views on the BBC's 1988, I think it is. BBC's 1988 version of The Lion, which is in the Wardrobe. You can see it there. But yeah, I think the reason was that this is the first ever copy I ever came across in a newspaper some years ago, and yeah, I found this. You know, back in the 90s, we all before I was born, we all had like these kind of little discs that you can get for free with with your newspaper. So yeah, I think the reason was that most like there was other things in newspapers back in the day. I still have, but we're not going to focus on that. Other shows that I have in the newspaper that I still have in my cabinet, but I'm not going to show it to you there. As I already said, we're going to focus on all the Narnia shows. So finish up. So if go and starting on this one, we're going to do in parts because it takes forever. Okay, and we're going to do this part of the series. Then we're going to do Prince Caspian and so on, you know, after that. So hopefully you enjoy it, and yeah, this is my part of nostalgia because in the early 2000s, when it was nearly extinct, when all the DVDs were in newspapers, I think they'd still do it in the 2000s, but I think they nearly went out of this kind of idea and went you can now buy it in your local shop, but nowadays you can't because of COVID. But yeah, this is what you find now, isn't it? Okay, now then I mean, but yeah, this watch is a little bit of a weird one because AKA it's weird, it's a kid show and also it's 80s, but it's got the charm because I did watch as a kid. So yeah, I'm gonna go and react to it again. The first time actually with the real me, not the guy called Craig, you know, the reactor. But yeah, this is kind of like emotional because I forgot all these years about this until now. I forgot, you know, this is yeah, it's not like the film. I have got the films as well. I'm going to show you in a minute after the video if I can. But first, this yet, and this is my nostalgia video of BBC's 1988. I think it's 1988. I don't really know anymore. Of The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Yeah, if you don't remember this one, where are you? Are you living under a rock? This was one of the best shows ever. And if you're forgetting about our other kid shows, I only said ever, other kid shows, I will do that in the future, but now I'm going to do the Narnia series. The thing is that it's similar to Lord of the Rings. The thing is that the author C.S. Lewis did actually meet up with J.K. Rowling. I can't forget. I know it's something like that. J.K. Rowling, I think it is. And they went into a pub, discussed their stories in private, obviously, and yeah, and that's how they got the ideas. So the Magician's Nephew is kind of similar to, not the story, but kind of the same sort of style as Lord of the Rings because it's got rings in it. So yeah, but this has nothing to do with that. So the thing is with this one, you can kind of see the vibe of the map of Lord of the Rings, you know. So even though Lord of the Rings, the films came out in the 90s, and the actual original Lord of the Rings came out in the 80s. So that's why, like, the Lord of the Rings, the children's one, not the family-friendly one, the child's one, not the family version of the Lord of the Rings that already. But the child's version came out in the 80s, and so is this one, the line original wardrobe. So I think you got the idea. So that's why you got the inspiration from that. So yeah. So the thing is, so Peter, Susan, Edmund, and Lucy goes up to the professor's house. Blah 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 blah. They fit in. Lucy just for some reason came across a wardrobe. You got the idea if you know about the line original wardrobe, and then can we just skip that bit, because if you want to watch the original video, the links in the description. It's up there in the I button if it's up there. But yeah, the I button, you can see some Narnia videos, well, that I'm going to react to today. So that I am reacting. So similar to this, I am not really going to watch all of it, but I'm going to watch, I think, the most well-known scenes or most recommended scenes that I think I want to do, and any scenes that I put in is what I want. Not like it makes sense. Like you're going to go to the Beaver's house and then it goes back to Jada's. Not like this and that and this that. Then that and that and then that. No, it's in different parts. So obviously it's not going to make any sense in your watching, but it makes sense when you're listening to me in the same time. So please, apologies for that. But anyway, let's go. So I had no idea why Sophie, who played Lucy Pevensey, has this weird smile like she's gonna kill somebody. No idea what happened to that, but I don't know. But Thomas apparently. I feel for Thomas. I don't really like the Thomas guy in the film. The person who played in the Dark Materials. I don't like that actor who played Thomas in the film, because he's not to me good. Well, I said well known. I was just going to say the well known, but that made no sense. Well good, even though that does make no sense. In my opinion, I'm not saying I'm right. This is my opinion. I think Thomas in the film is not that good as the BBC Thomas. I keep on saying weird things. It makes sense in reality, but in my videos it doesn't make any sense. So sorry for that as well. But BBC Thomas doesn't make any sense. But this Thomas version, this version of Thomas, that's what I should have said. So yeah, thank you. For like getting ideas, or like if you want to pick anything in the comments, and like if you want me to watch anything that relates to my childhood, if you haven't noticed, British 2000s shows or something. This came out in the 80s, but remember it was in a newspaper. My mum actually got this little DVD kind of case in the newspaper recently, and they here and there, but okay, it was somewhat in the attic. And I remember we actually watched this, so that was in my childhood as well. So even though I wasn't born in the 80s, I still remember the show. So don't criticize that for that. Okay, so main thing also that isn't that good in the film, that is Jadis. Jadis in the film is good, but not that good than this Jadis. This Jadis is well good again, because I don't know, Jadis to me in this one is very good. Barbara Kellerman done really good with her role. You can if you want Barbara Kellerman to be in any film, guys, who's director, I think she's a little bit I think she's last on her legs now. I don't know. Bless her, but like she's really good. She's better than the one in the film. I'm not saying that it's bad, the film. It's better because like, you know, I can just say like all the things about this is good. It's like the BBC one is good, but it's got the charm, it's got the story. Well, it follows the book, but in the film it doesn't follow the book. It's got kind of like a charm, but the rest of it in the film was very good because of the animation and stuff like that. Not animation, CGI. But but the beavers in the film look good. The acting and portrayal of these beavers in the film are bad, and the one in the BBC version, I know it looks bad in the BBC portray, not portray, um, uh, thingy in the version of the BBC Narnia. The beavers, I mean, sorry, not the barber, the beavers. I can't speak today. The beavers look bad, but they don't act bad. So that's good credit for that. But in the film they look good, but they don't sound good. I wish it was switched around a little bit, but they did the best that they could. So whatever. So yeah. So when Lucy finds out that everything is a mistake and they don't believe her and everything like that, later on they come into Narnia from the wardrobe, and then they notice that Thomas is being imprisoned and by the secret police, aka they kind of like a weird wolf that looks like a cat half mouse, but I don't know what's going on with that face. But anyway, I think I think really you kind of get the idea. It's the charm, the story is good, but the costumes are bad. Every costume you can think of. Well, not Aslan. Aslan is the best, but I'm not going to show you Aslan yet. But the Beavers is kind of bad, terrible actually. So is the wolf. It's not very good. It's just terrible. And you're thinking, hey Craig, remember when you watched it as a kid? Did you enjoy it? Not really. Okay. Okay. I did actually enjoy it. I did enjoy it actually, um, but at the same time, I think they should have done a little bit better. But yeah, they just something about the show actually thinks it's kind of got the idea that it's kind of like you got to feel like you're watching you feel like you're there, but in reality you're not there. You know, you feel like you're actually in Narnia when you're watching the program. To my opinion, I think I'm always there when I'm always watching. But in the film, I feel like, nah, this is some kind of video game or something. Every time I think of the film, I think it's a video game. But when it's the actual show, the performance in the BBC version, you feel like it's there. You're there, you know. But anyway, so Peter, Susan, Edmund comes to Narnia, and then they notice that Tanner's been in prison, and then they just notice a beaver coming along trying to say to them, hey, come in the dark, and will you come into the house, and Aslan will return or something. I don't know anymore, but they say something about Tunners and something about Aslan. If you know the plot, what's the point of listening to me? But yeah, you got the idea, you got the drill. So and then after that they meet Mrs. Beaver. I don't know why they call it like the Mr. Beaver's wife, not Mrs. Beaver. But anyway, but then they go, oh, okay, we got the idea. So then for some reason Edmund just goes along and goes to um Jadis, and then Jadis just says, you're not gonna have any turkeys alive, darling, no. You will always just starve and death. Nah, she doesn't say that. She just says, no, you need to stay with me and be my kind of bait or something, I don't know. But yeah, you got the idea. And then oh, okay, can we just watch it? Just watch the rest. But I'm trying to put in all the details so I don't have to react, because this is not really a reacting video. This is like my nostalgia video, so I'm just gonna talk about my nostalgia. Okay, back to my nostalgia video. It's, as I said before, it was in the newspapers. I got it out, and then well, that's it really. I just put it in my cabinet, and then I just sometimes watch it on a Sunday, but I don't really watch it that much than I used to. So, as again, it's one of my favourite Narnia performances, Narnia productions. That's what I mean. Versions, because I know there's other Narnia versions, but not that good in my opinion. But if you want to say no, that's up to you, because this is your opinion as well. Then they caught up with Jadis, and they go to Aslan, and Stan looks like an animatronic, and they talk, and Aslan talks kind of odd. I don't know why, but he kind of talks odd. He talks like hello, hello, and then every time he talks, he very gently and very creepy at the same time. His mouth doesn't match up. It was the 80s, folks. It's the same with the Luck Dragon in the Neverending Story. It's like his lips doesn't match up with his voice. But anyway, animatronics. That's what animatronic is. It doesn't work properly. The same with Fuzzy Fazbear, but Fuzzy Fazbear, is it Fuzzy? I don't know more. I don't know. I don't know anymore. I don't know anymore. I just anyway. So, and then you got the idea. Aslan wants Peter, Susan, Edmund, and Lucy to go to Cair Paravel and be the new king and queen, and yeah. But first, you have to do the battle, and it's kind of like a short story, really. But when you're watching it, it feels like you're there forever. Not because you're getting bored of it, but because you're enjoying it. Yeah. I'm enjoying it. Okay, I'm enjoying the show for ages, and I wish there was like the Magician's Nephew, Horse and His Boy, because they only done 4, kind of like 3, because like Prince Caspian's kind of the same as following to the Voice of Dawn trying to, so you kind of say it's 3, but in reality it's 4. This kind of watched the program. Like, I had my views on it. I think my views need to stop now. So one more thing I had to say this: the costumes of the dark, horrible creatures with the Jada's character, they all look fine. They don't look that terrifying that in the film though, but hey ho. Okay, but also the fight scene, I wish it was better, because in my opinion it was kind of awful that they didn't do very good. They do good, but you can always feel like you're always in a wood. You're not in in the movie they do it. The war was so good, so bad. The army, when they just attack each other, and then all the dark and bad creatures gone. Okay, and in the film it was better because it had open space, not much. Like in this one it's good, but you can kind of see it's really bad with the wood, and it's not that adventurous, if you might say. But anyway, this is Craig here. I'm just going to show you some scenes. I'm not going to I did say I was going to react to it, but I might react to some bits of it. Like, I keep on thinking about Lucy and why Lucy smiles like she's some kind of demon or something. Like, I don't know anymore. But yeah, this is Craig here. Thank you very much for watching. If you like this video, please like it. And if you did remember this as a kid, watching it as a kid, 80s, probably from the newspaper like me, and then you watched it in the early 2000s. If you was born in the early 2000s, you watched it because Okay, you got the idea. So just like the video, and please subscribe if you're new. If you're not new and you just watch my videos, please like the video as well. Yeah, if you want to check out one of the old videos, there's a link up. No, there's a link down there in the description, and there's some videos in the I button up there. I've got more. I'm gonna show you more in a minute. This is one of them. I've got more in the cabinet in my lounge room, or living room. So I'll show you in a minute. Wow, I forgot about this. So there's another. Oh my god. There's two Prince Caspians. That's kind of odd. There's two Prince Caspian. Look, there's one here. There's one here, and there's one here. So I got two. There's another London Witch in the Wardrobe one as well, but yeah. So that's one to keep in mind. I think we thrown the other one away. That's a little bit a shame, but there's the Voyager de l'Entrada. I'm talking about the original Wardrobe one, not the other ones. And there's finally the last one that I just dropped for some reason. I have to be very careful because there's disc inside. And this is the Silver Chair, my favourite one. Not my personal favourite, but just my favourite one. My personal favourite is the first one, but so that's just all the. If you want to watch all links in the description, everything. But yeah, if you want to watch the rest of my series, all you have to do is go to my playlist called My Nostalgia. Okay, so God, it's got dust in it. Look at that. Maybe it's positive. This is really old. Look at this. Look, this is older than the there is videos of it, but it's not over there, by the way. There's video copies, not anymore, but there was, and they look different than this. But this is how I found the Line Original Wardrobe, the very first one, and that was in a newspaper, because that's what newspapers do. They send you copies of DVDs and disc kind of DVDs, not like DVDs like nowadays DVDs. But yeah, this is the end of the video. Hope you liked this video. I think you do. If you didn't, and if you remember this as a kid, please like that video. Yeah, like this video, and also like that. Press that like button. Same thing, Craig. What are you on about? But yeah, peace out. Even though I don't really say that, but I was supposed to say signing out. I thought bye. Signing out.